In this movie, we obviously see Hilly Crystal and his determination and his struggle to really keep CBGB open. For you guys, sitting in these chairs right now, what kind of struggles have you had to overcome and endure, would you say?
Wow. Wow, I wasn't expecting that at all. Boy, you know, I think we've both been doing this a while and understand that it's a pendulous gig, you know? I mean, just because you have 2 good years doesn't mean that the next are going to be as good necessarily.
The uncertainties.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of rejection, and you just have to believe a whole lot in yourself. It's a constant inner argument for me, anyway.
Yeah, I think, you know, there's a lot of redeeming quality or redeeming things about, you know, this industry, but there's a lot of tough things, and I think you just kind of have to keep your eye on the prize and you know, kind of think about the reason why you're doing what you're doing and the love that you have for it. Because once you do get on set, it's generally a really phenomenal experience. But I think the rejection, the level of rejection that we have on a daily basis is extremely high, and you have to kind of learn how to deal with that. And for me, like one of the biggest things is just understanding that like there's very few things that you can control in this industry, and so a lot of times, you know, it's just about going and doing your job, and that's all you can do. And after that, you just kind of have to wipe your hands and let things kind of take their course.
Yeah,
right.
Kind of become friends with the fact that you're never going to make everyone in the room happy. And if you do, you've done something probably very safe and not worthwhile.
I've been thinking I should start managing some of those bands. I am gonna get them a record deal, and they are gonna be big. These kids have something to say. We really should listen.
You're punks. Anything bad, anything wrong, you want to do it.
You kind of actually led me to it. In this movie, we also see a lot of people looked down upon punk rock music. There's a lot of misconceptions. What would you guys say is maybe the biggest misconception about yourselves, and maybe clear it up?
I'm not as tall as people claim. I'm
No?
nowhere near as tall as people claim.
I cannot see the future. I really
don't
can't.
know. I don't know. I don't know what the misconceptions might be.
I think, honestly, more than like misconception, just, you know, people see, it's almost the same as people seeing you while you're at work. You know, there's a certain way in which you act. I think, you know, there's just a lot of things people don't know about me when I'm like home, safe with my friends and family, and I kind of like that, honestly. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I would hope that the misconceptions are based on the characters that you've played. People believe, oh, he or she is like that. Then you've done your job, you know?
Well, we also see your character having to pick up dog poop in this movie. So maybe what's the most grueling thing you've ever had to do on set of a movie, or even this movie?
I'm just a baby when it comes to anything, like whenever I'm cold. I've had to do night shoots where I'm, you know, running around and there's frost, and I was literally so cold and so tired one time I just started crying. Like I was so exhausted and so cold I just started crying, and everyone's like, shh. Ugh, like they felt really bad, and it's, you know, you have to get over it. But I think anytime I'm cold, I'm just such a baby.
Okay.
I'm the opposite. I would much rather be cold and it was hot in Savannah.
Yeah,
and I had those leathers and the scarves and the full beard, and yeah, I was not comfortable. What horrible babies we are to be telling.
I know, we're like, oh, when?
Yeah.
It's too hot and too cold.
Terry York. I manage the band Television. You just met the guitar players, Richard and Tom, outside. It's a win-win. CBGB gets new customers buying drinks, and we get to play for an audience.
They any good?
They are raw, man. They're primitive. They are going to be huge.
I bet they stink. But maybe if they perform, they'll get better.
All right. You've got some vision, man.
Only original music.
You got it. Ah, that way, you get to avoid paying ASCAP fees.
It's a philosophy.
You might want to consider an exterminator.
Well, take me down memory lane. What was your very first concert experience, and maybe a highlight from it?
Mine was,
I think we talked about this when we were in Savannah.
well, Jimmy Buffett is like really,
That's a good one.
yeah, my parents are big Buffett fans, so Jimmy Buffett. I think I saw Garth Brooks play when I was really young.
My dad would be very jealous.
Yeah, I was extremely happy for that. I was so young, though, I thought his name was Shameless. He had that song where he's like, I'm Shane. I thought that was his
Right.
name. My mom's like, no, sweetheart. Garth, that is not his name. That's a song.
Mine was In Excess, the Kick album, which was my favorite band and my favorite album at the time. It was I lost a shoe, which is always a sign of a good show.
You're the guy who has like the shoe around the like line on the top.
I don't know how I lost it.
Play some real music.
This band is Talking Heads.
We're Blondie.
With a Ramon.
We're the Dead Boys.
Patti Smith Group.
You're a rock star.
What does CBGB stand for?
Country Bluegrass Blues.
But lastly, I know that for our viewers and for me, like, music is so important. Do you guys have a favorite lyric in general?
Wow.
Some tough questions. Huh.
None that come to mind right now, no.
We were
What
talking
about
about
if
how
you-
like people put you on the spot and you just go blank. It's like you never
like,
know
I
the
don't
song.
know.
Well,
And
you
then
know
it
what I
comes to you
looked up the
later.
other day was it's that Stevie Ray Vaughan song, "Cold Shot," and I've been singing it, and I thought the verse was "At night I go shopping," and I had to look it up, and the line is "And that's a cold shot, girl," but it sounded to me like "At night I go shopping," and I was like, that's what a badass Stevie Ray Vaughan is that. He can put, like, that's when he gets his groceries done at night. Like, that's how cool he is. At night, he goes to Gelson's.
You just burst your own bubble.
It could have worked.
Yeah, I kind of liked my misinterpretation of it than the actual line.
Do you at least have a favorite song right now, or something that you want to just put on whenever you want to have a
Is
good
it Blurred
day?
Lines?
Do you know? Oh,
It is Blurred
gosh,
Lines.
yeah, that song's
It is-
about me actually.
It's kind of infectious, that song, I have to admit.
It's one of the summer songs.
Sure.
No, you know what? I really like Jason Mraz. I think I think maybe it's because like the whole Jimmy Buffett thing, like my parents took us the keys all the time. There's something like very islandy and positive and happy about him. So I find myself always going back to Jason Mraz.
Good choices. Well, thank you guys
Thank you
so
very much.
and good job with the movie. It was great.
Thank you.